It's time to be topical, I guess. I just got back from a Mario movie, and it was okay, but I just felt it was a little bit too long. Like, it's been a couple of days since I entered the theatre. Like, there were a bunch of disconnected shots, a few, like, live-action things that just made no sense, some commercials just outright for, like, Burger King and reading apps, and oh my god, I think I stayed in the theatre for a few more screenings.
The Super Mario Bros. Movie is some way to divorce yourself from a 1993 movie Super Mario Bros.'s name. Released on April 5th, 2023, it's probably the culmination of my entire childhood dreams and wishes, but I'll crush my soul for now to hopefully bring a fairly brief and roundabout review of the movie.
Because honestly, after staying in that screen for as long as I did, I need a shower.
Getting the basics out of the way first, the movie was made by Illumination, obviously in partnership with Nintendo themselves. You know Illumination, right? They made...
Oh, it's so f***ing doomed.
I think naturally people were worried about hearing the news that the people who turned Despicable Me into a trilogy with 2 spin-offs were handling Mario, but I think Nintendo had promised more involvement into this project, because the last time they were hands-off, it went... just so wrong.
Those guys will do anything for publicity.
But it wasn't, like, the end of the world. We just had to anxiously wait for news for 4 long years.
I was beyond excited for a Mario movie. Being a big currenthood and childhood Mario fan, the idea of a whole movie based on the plumber was just a dream to me. The ideas and the opportunities were just endless. People were already floating the idea of a Super Smash Bros. Movie, with a movie version of Sonic the Hedgehog teams up with the movie version of Mario. Let's just put things into perspective here. A Super Smash Bros. Movie is not happening. At least not for like a long time. Let's just put that aside and go look at the first poster. Oh my god, this looks beautiful.
This looks gorgeous! And this looks even more gorgeous! And I think Mario's about to speak!
What is this place?
Okay, yeah, 2 for 3 isn't terrible.
Nintendo showed off a voice cast in a Nintendo Direct consisting of Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, and Jack Black as Bowser. I was really excited for some of the cast decisions. I was really sad about some of the cast decisions. I was really undefined emotion over some of the cast decisions.
Chris Pratt is known for being fat, then not being fat, then dancing in an MCU film and also being a Lego figure. I mean... at least he had voice acting experience. He didn't sound excellent, not by a long shot, but I think I'm still taking him over Charles Martinet.
Like, I love Charles Martinet. He's my dream choice for a Mario voice actor in video games. And don't go around saying I don't think he could do full sentences as Mario. I've heard him do full sentences as Mario. It's the most surreal thing ever. I just don't want it for 90 minutes.
Some of the other voice actors were just straight up genius though. I mean, Charlie Day as Luigi was fantastic for the about 30 seconds of footage we actually heard him with. Jack Black's Bowser exists in a league of his own. He is just fantastic. And Anya Taylor-Joy was surprisingly good as Peach. I thought she really fit well. But back to Martinet's involvement in the film. After the most obvious, we're using the first scene as a teaser trailer ever teaser trailer, followed by the most obvious, this is going to be the scene immediately after the first scene clip, we're shown Pratt's Mario and Day's Luigi reacting to their commercial on screen with Charles wait.
Oh, this might be an issue. The film isn't out on digital yet, so I think if I show any footage from the movie that wasn't shown in a trailer, I'll be found. So if there's any footage that just doesn't seem to match up with what I'm saying, you get it, right?
Gonna have to tackle these thoughts a little differently, I guess. Let's start with the overall plot. Wow, the movie's over already. That is really strange.
I think overall, the film just wasn't long enough. It felt like a speedrun at times. One minute, we're introducing Mario and Luigi in Brooklyn. The next minute, Mario's meeting Princess Peach. The next minute, the credits are rolling. Like, give me time to breathe. Certain scenes and character relationships just really suffer because of the pacing, I think. But I need to praise this movie before I explain. Oh my god, it's so good, it's so good. It is everything I dreamt of. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Oh my god. This is beautiful. I love how there are no sacrifices to make this feel like the Mushroom Kingdom straight from the game. Floating blocks are everywhere. They're prominent. There are bricks and question blocks and flagpoles and the big mushroom mountain things.
Do I know what these things are? Of course not. Am I excited to see them? Am I excited to see them?
There's genuine world building here. The penguins have their own kingdom. The Kongs have their own kingdom. Everything exists in one shared world and it works logically together. That's just so cool for a Mario movie. And we get to see so much of it too, all things considered. Like I said, the plot moves incredibly quickly, but that doesn't mean we didn't see lots of cool locations like the aforementioned Kong Kingdom with all the different Kongs. A whole Rainbow Road exists here with a Mario Kart sequence. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, cup of shit. I enjoyed this movie a lot. From an objective standpoint, of course I have criticisms for it. If you take out the Mario factor, this is essentially just a kids movie that moves too quick. But you just can't rate films in a bubble like that. That's not how these things work. As a Mario fan, it was everything I dreamt of and everything a Mario movie should be. So for that reason, I'm about to explode over a 30-second music track.
Okay, obligatory expected disclaimer time. From this point on, I'm going to be going a bit further deep into details people might want to avoid here, so if you haven't seen the film yet and somehow listened to me talk about it for this long without thinking, I think spoilers might be discussed at some point, go home. So after Mario beats Donkey Kong in a fight with enough arcade references to make me swoon in the middle of the cinema, we're treated to a whole kart making sequence for Mario, Peach and Toad. They play Mario Kart 8 music, and have a method for making their karts rip straight out of the game. They literally have the 3 car parts to choose from and press a big A button to confirm their selection. God, I'm telling you, it's the best.
While we're on the topic of music, I don't think there was a single real misstep. People are complaining about the use of licensed music in the movies, like tracks like Mr. Blue Sky, but I never really had a problem with it for some reason. I think it was well balanced with the absolutely bonkers medleys and remixes of Mario music. They've got whole orchestras doing this thing, and the DK rap, I just like that one. And yeah, I'll acknowledge it. Jack Black wrote a song for this movie. It's called Peaches, it slaps, it's perfect. Do you really want me to say information you already knew? Like, this is objective. He's such a good singer, of course it was going to slap, come on.
Let's try and move swiftly onto the plot. It's like, okay. I have absolutely nothing against the plot of the movie per se, but I just don't think it really did a lot out there. Obviously, I'm speaking from an ultra-critical objective view here, rather than a I've been waiting for a movie like this since I was 4 years old, and seeing Nintendo logo played before a movie at the theatre was probably the most surreal and awesome experience ever view here. It's probably exactly what you'd expect from a 3-act structured kids film, with Mario living in Brooklyn, falling into the Mushroom Kingdom, training to beat Bowser, having some conflict with Donkey Kong, everything seeming hopeless 2/3 into the film, until the final battle, which Mario wins.
Which wasn't a bad thing in the slightest. It suffices as a plot for the movie, but it was just kind of safe. I mean, yeah, there are bigger details here, like the Mushroom Kingdom being taken into the real world. Ooh, is that really the biggest plot twist this film could have pulled out of its arse? And again, on the fast pacing, I feel like we lost out on a lot of that early Act 3 conflict here. Like, Mario and Donkey Kong clearly had some issues to work through, but we don't really get to see that here. And God, I need to go take a shower for sake.
I wouldn't describe any of the characters on screen as half-baked per se, but I feel like I needed to see more of them. Mario and Donkey Kong had potential to have a really funny dynamic. We saw glimpses of that on Rainbow Road and straight after their battle, and they attempt to give them an arc by having them team up and bond over their, you know, negative father figures. But it just feels like it moves too quickly to really set in or have much weight to it.
The ending though, I thought that was really well done. We get to see a fired Donkey Kong. Wow, that is something I really wish they didn't spoil in the trailer. It's a decent ending that kind of summarizes my previous criticisms with the plot, but to be honest, who f***ing cares?
Is the Mario movie poorly paced? Yes, I think it's too quick. Is the plot predictable as hell? Yes, I think it's a fairly standard family movie plot. Could they have treated certain characters better? Focus more on Mario's relationships with people like Peach and Donkey Kong? Absolutely. But the most important question of all of those is, does anyone actually care? Of course they don't! The Super Mario Bros. Movie succeeds on every single front it needs to. Be a watchable feature film for Mario, offer enough references to satisfy most, and above all, be an enjoyable watch. Just because I could predict the plot and wanted to see more of the characters, which, by the way, wanting to see more of the world and people in said world is usually a good sign, didn't make the movie any less enjoyable.
And that is what you call an insane ramble about the Mario movie with no semblance of structure. That smells like Wednesday sweat. But I think overall the movie was good. Great even. Great enough for a rewatch? Of course it was. I was in there for another week. I have seen so many advertisements for f***ing reading eggs. Stop running this ad before the Mario movie.